If you are a fan of softball, you are going to love the Fastpitch TV show. From softballjunk.com, we're bringing you more softball than anyone on the planet. Sit back and get ready. Here's the Fastpitch TV show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fastpitch TV show. I'm your host, Gary Leland, and this week I'm bringing you another great softball clinic that I filmed at Softball Con in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, if you're not familiar with Softball Con, you really should check out their website. It's at softballcon.net. Now, in this week's show, Coach Melissa Frost Fisher from University of Indianapolis is going to give us a clinic on overlooked fundamentals that win games. Now, this week is part one of her clinic, but before that starts, please watch this short video about my softball magazine, which you can find at fastpitchmagazine.com.
Oops, sorry, I was reading this month's issue of the Fastpitch Magazine. What? You're not familiar with the Fastpitch Magazine? Watch this. You are going to love it. Looks great, right? Want to find more about the #1 coaching tool on the internet? Go to fastpitchmagazine.com today.
So we came up with a list of things that we felt like were overlooked fundamentals that win the ball game. Some things that you can do as a coach to help your athletes, and even in coaching. Defense is the first one. A common mistake, as you guys always see, are throwing mechanics. So throwing mechanics result in a lack of velocity. Usually accuracy. We pound this into our girls every single day. Just had this conversation with them last night at our practice. We said, okay, what are ball games won and lost on? If you had to pick an area, what are they lost on? Throwing. And that's something we were like, we have to pay attention to detail, just throwing, simply throwing. Look at the mechanics. Possible injuries, another one. We were doing long toss the other day and our outfitter's throwing like this. Trying to throw 180 feet from right here. And then she wonders why her arm hurts. So we talk about clearly those mechanical things that can lead to injury. Not finding the seams. You see so many girls will shot put the ball and they think that's going to get it there quickly. Finding the seams, get that proper rotation. Ball in the palm of the hand is another one. Wrapping the ball around their head, getting from here to here. Everybody loses the side of the ball. We see a lot of pitchers that will do that. When you talk with your pitchers are phenomenal underhand or they wouldn't be a pitcher. Talk in terms of them with how the ball spins. Because a lot of times, like we talked about in the earlier session, pitchers will feel the ball, they get so excited they feel the ball, and all of a sudden they chuck it, who knows where it's going. So one of the things we talk with our pitchers about is as you're throwing underhand, you're watching the snap and the spin of the ball. You have to put it in their terms of, you know what, put it overhand, get the ball to spin. Oh yeah, I understand that. I'm going to grab the ball in the sea and make it spin. So talk to them in terms they understand. Outfitter, same thing, find the seams in the ball. Wrapping the ball in their head is another big one we see. Pushing the ball. So easy corrections, use a progressive throwing program on a daily basis. It doesn't matter if we're on game day, it doesn't matter if the day before we play, it doesn't matter if the day after we play, we use a throwing progression daily. We go through dart throws, we go off of one knee, we use a throwing progression daily. The more they work on it, the better they get. Everybody says, oh, I just want to take ground balls, So that's great, you can feel, but if you can't throw, you're costing us ball games. Always see the knuckles. It's one thing we tell our young ladies. Always see your knuckles. So as I field the ball, knuckles are here. Where did my hand come to? Knuckles are here. As I finish, the person receiving it sees the knuckles. Always let them know that. A lot of times your girls get a shot put, they see the knuckles. Your receiver needs to see the knuckles. Keep that in mind. It's one thing that we tell our young ladies, and that's a quick fix. And we're talking about things that are quick fixes for you, and use that progression. Outfitters always utilize the curl hop. You're an outfield for a reason. And that's what we tell our young ladies. You're at a distance that you can't throw overhand with any type of ease, use the curl hop. I don't care if you're 45 feet away, get them in that habit, come in here, utilize the curl hop, big finish, always. That way it's gonna save their arms a little bit. They're more on target. They're used to using that crow hop. It's coming more from their body. Pressure's off their arm, and they're not doing what our outfielder does of this. This is not gonna throw anybody out. Get them used to that motion. So fielding is the next big one. Common mistakes that we see, not out in front. And we talk about not out in front. We talk about pulling the ball into your gut. And like I told the earlier session, when I was taught, you got the ball here, and the first thing you did was pull in your gut. Look the ball in, look the ball in. That's all I ever heard, look the ball in. How can I look the ball in? The ball's in my gut. And it didn't dawn on me until I started really watching Major League Baseball. And I'm like, you know what? I don't ever see Derek Jeter do this. Ever. Unless it's a hot shot that he's got to get around it. What does Derek Jeter do? Ball's not here, ball's always in front. And as he's receiving, it's a push and pull mechanism. So as he's down his throwing position, ball's coming, it's out here where he can see it. Next transition's to here. So I started noticing our young ladies get to here, you tell them ball in the gut, all of a sudden they take the ball starts getting back here between their feet, because now where does their head have to travel anyways? Oh yeah, coach, the ball's in my gut. The ball's between your legs, you know? So we catch them back here, then they get the ball in their gut. If they're truly looking at it, they're probably gonna be off balance. So we teach them, get the hand in front. Open that glove up, hands in front. They're not squaring up to the ball. A lot of times, young ladies will field and they'll be in a awkward position, or they want to field with one foot in front. That's an outfielder stance, okay? We don't allow our young ladies, they have to square up, so Ash is squared up to me. Glove is open, palm hands open, field the ball. Everything stays out in front. The biggest thing we see with our fielders, fielding off one foot, so they're not squared. They can't move laterally. Get them squared up. Depending upon position, do we want them moving, do we not want them moving? I want my corners down, so their first move is left or right. Glove is down. The other thing we teach them, glove cannot be over. I don't ever want to see the back of their glove. It's pretty knowledge, you can look at it at home. Flip the glove over, I want to see palm of the hand out. The reason is, if I'm on third base, 45 feet away, and sister in a 3-hole turns and hits one, I don't have time to turn the glove over. I want to start palm open and I want to stay there, because now all I have to do is left to right, backhand, or now I can take a hard jab step forehand. My glove never really has to change direction. The less movement you can make, the less room there is for error. Pulling glove to gut, we talked about that. Not setting your feet. Third baseman picks up a great shot, she wants to throw like this. How many times do you see that? Just gotta get rid of it, because the coach is yelling, hurry, get rid of it. So one of the things we talk about is the proper footwork and getting their feet set. So some easy corrections. Get to where we're at here. So not setting your feet is another one. Panicking is another one. How many times does the girl fumble the ball and then she panics? One thing we have our young ladies do during practice is, if they are a panicker, roll on the ball, drop the ball. Pick up, surround the ball, and throw it. They're like, you want me to drop the ball? Yes, I want you to drop the ball. So we have them field it. We have them kick it out of their glove. Now they have to surround it. One thing that we're looking for with our team, one mistake, not two. So if you fumble the ball, a lot of times what you will see is a young lady will now barehand the ball. As she goes to barehandle it, she fumbles it. Ball now goes out. She can't get good grip on it. So another thing is, pick up the ball, now I'm gonna put it back in my glove, now I'm gonna take a couple steps to throw. We talk to our girls all the time, don't put the ball back in your glove. Does that mean I can't eat it? No. What I don't wanna see is bare hand, now I'm gonna take time to put it back in my glove, now I'm gonna take time to get set. So instead, what we talk about is just transition all in one. So now they're not in a panic position and it's less time. So easy correction for this is just repetition. Fix to what that they are having the issue with. If it's panicking, have them drop the ball, close their eyes, and you say go. Open their eyes, throw the runner out. Real simple. Put them in a panic situation so they're in game. It becomes very, very second nature to them. Start with your dry footwork. Start with anything that they're having trouble with, dry footwork. If they're having trouble getting down, they will learn to get down. When you have them squat in that position, their legs will start to burn. And then Sally will stop thinking about that she wants to stand up. She doesn't want coach to have her in this position for however long. Go to your soft hands. Soft hands we do without a glove. Palms open, get them in a fielding position. Ball stays out in front. Work on here to transition up to throwing. So as you can see, my job as the receiver is not to stand what I'm doing now. My job as a receiver with our young girls, with our young girls, is to say ball, transition. Ball, I'm squared up, transition. So everything I'm working on is transition for the next base, and I'm working on footwork. Next we do is short hops. Ball with the glove, 10 feet away. Just gonna roll underhand, short hop it into her glove. And she's working on transition up. And notice she's not throwing at me yet. All I want her to work on is looking at the ball in her glove. As a receiver, I'm asking for the ball, transition. Ball, transition. As you can see, one of the big kickers is, I think I cover this later, always I'm asking for the ball on my throwing side. I'm never asking for the ball on my glove side. The reason is I gotta go from here, now I gotta go over here to get my shoulders set. If I'm asking for it on my throwing side, as you're warming up throwing, ask for the ball over here. Always. Get the girls to understand where their throwing side is. It's not middle of their body, it's not over here. Throwing side is over here. So as I throw to Ash's throwing side, her next move, momentum carries her back. Now she's in a throwing position already. Shoulders already squared to where she needs to go. We do regular just rollers, every position we can put them in. Whether it's a quick release, we're looking for footwork, throwing position, whether it's come get it. Now she's got to throw on the run, put them in every possible situation, and then you can hit grounders after that. This is our pregame. This is absolutely our pregame. We do dry stuff without a glove, with a glove. They go to angles, they go to short hops, they go to rollers, they don't hit ground balls. That's a pregame routine we do. That's our practice routine as well. Look for that starting position. Always see the ball, which is what we talked about. Focus on the shoulders leading to the bag. Never have them open up to throw. Us females, a lot of us are not strong enough up here to muscle the ball to get it there. If they are, fantastic. How many times do you see your player do this? Where's the ball heading? And where's the bag? So have them point, get to where they want to go. If they're ever open, look and see where that path of the ball is going, and if they're going over there. Throwing is and fielding are clearly where we win and lose ball games. If you can hit, then that's where your ball games are lost. And it's something mechanical, and these mechanical things can be done in the first 15 minutes of practice, but it has to be pounding them to them on a daily basis. Teach them to surround the ball, not put it back in their glove, we talked about. Catch with two hands on the transition. I probably say this 50 times practice. Two hands always, two hands always. Common mistakes, receiving the ball on the glove side instead of the throwing side, which is what I just talked about. Lack of footwork. The thing is, I don't want to see our kids lazy. I don't want to see Ash toss the ball back to me and I catch like this. Next ball. Okay? What we don't want to see every single time, I want to see them turn the feet. Our outfielders do that. And one of the things our outfielders like, Coach, I'll play the infield. You're right, but what if you have to get a ball that say you become in the rundown and you're asking for the ball like this and you don't know what to do with it. So now it's built into my outfielder's head, catch the ball, turn. Now I'm ready to throw. So the receiver is just as important as the fielder. Work on that footwork always. In the outfield, catch the ball on the throwing side. Have them set up with their outfielders. I don't care if they're middle of the body. I don't care if it's throwing side. They have a little bit more time because of the crow hop. So as they're set up underneath it, they still have time on that next move. Never want to see them over here, then to transition over here, because what does that do to body momentum and body weight? You got limbs going all over the place. And I was a 15-year-old girl once, and I wasn't very coordinated at that age. So you know when you have limbs going all over the place, bodies are going everywhere. So have them as much and consistent as they can, middle of the body to throw inside. Cuts down on the time they get the ball to the plate. Start set up behind the ball. One of the things that we see, you have bottom of 7. All of a sudden you have one out. The winning run is on third. Ball sits the outfielder. You're like, can she throw this girl out? Your outfielder waits. Ball drops on her. Now she has to take those 2 steps in to get that momentum to throw her out. What we teach our young ladies is get behind the ball. So ball's gonna bounce here. Ash is gonna start right there, and she's gonna run into the ball. And as she runs into the ball, she's gonna catch and be able to crow hop at the same time. Her momentum is actually started back here where she's at and is pushing her forward. She starts on the ball. Now she has to create momentum as the ball is already on top of her. As the ball's on top of her, runner's tagging. So she catches, I'm already tagged, I'm 2 steps off before she's even attempted to throw the ball. So what I said earlier in the earlier session, I'll watch outfielders warm up. and we're an extremely aggressive base running team. One thing I look for, they're taking fly balls, is she gonna stand and catch it? Is she gonna catch it on a non-throwing side? As a coach, I am tagging every single time. I don't care if the ball's shallow, I don't care if it's deep. I need to know range of their arm, but if the ball's shallow, I'm still gonna take my chances. Reason being is because I've already got 2 steps with my runner. And that 2 steps clearly is huge. She catches over here, long transition, now she's gotta get into a crow hop, so she's gonna take 2 steps to get into that crow hop. She takes 1 step, I still have it building the momentum. So I can come here, even if I crow hop, where's my momentum? I'm still generating it. So if I'm 2 steps behind it, I can wait, and catch a crow hop. My momentum's already started. And everything is being forced to where I want it to go. Shoulders have to stay square. A real fun drill that you can utilize is squishy balls or wiffle balls. And this is with your outfield. Have them turn. You're gonna toss it up as a coach. And in order for them to get square to where they wanna go, I saw this at the coaches convention, you need to get them around. They're gonna bounce the ball off the top of their head. And it's a fun drill because a lot of times the girls are like, can we do what? Get them around, because if they bounce it and it kicks that way, home plate's that way, that's where the ball is gonna go. So when it teaches them, ball's here, and I say go, they're gonna have to get here, and their shoulders have to be square. Wherever shoulder goes, where is the head gonna go? Head goes over here, balls goes over there. My momentum's carrying me that way. So have them turn, you say go, they find the ball, they have to set up underneath it, go, and then they can bounce it. They can catch it, they can bounce off chest, whatever you guys wanna do. The one that we saw was off their forehead. I was like, I don't know how it's gonna work with college girls. They laughed about an hour about it, and then they got the hang of it. But what it taught them was shoulders were square to where they needed to go, and their eyes were in that direction. So let's go to ground balls. Last 3 step head is always down. I can't reiterate this enough as an outfielder. Your play, outfielder is getting ready to make a great play. She's gonna throw the girl out. You see her booking it. All of a sudden, glove is down. She looks up to see where the play goes. When she looks up, what does that do to her body weight? Pulls the glove up with it. So what we teach our girls, preparation's done for the pitch is thrown. As the pitch is coming, or as the batters hit the ball's on the ground. So I already know, 2-2, I'm going 2, I'm going 2, or I'm going 4. So in my mind, I'm thinking 4. All of a sudden, the play's developing and it's 4. The last 3 steps before I field, head is down, I don't look. Because I've already got I'm lined up, I already have home plate and vision. All I'm doing now is listening. So now I'm just listening for the catcher to change the call or relay from the middle infielders. So the last 3 steps, my head is down. As long as my head stays down, my glove's not coming up. But the big mistake that we see is they'll go after the ball, head is down, gotta roll it under, and then they come up, and the glove comes up with them. And a lot of times the ball will scoot underneath them. We lost our regional game. Our outfielder, dynamite outfielder, she got excited. Ball rolls, never went through the wickets the whole entire year. She got wound up, came up to the ball, did this. Last step, you could see her look up. As she looked up, glove came up, ball rolls to the fence, they score 2 runs. That was the difference in the ball game. And she came in the dugout and she's like, last 3 steps. That's all she said. She's like, I already know. She's like, the last 3 steps, my head went down. So their preparation is done prior to. Talk about a drop third strike. We flat out lost a ball game. We had the nation's longest winning streak for a while last year. One of our ball games was lost because our first baseman didn't catch the ball. And so we now do, every single day, drop third strike from the catcher, because our pitcher led the nation in several categories. Strikeouts was close to one of them. Catcher did drop third strike. She picks up the ball, throws to our first baseman. She fails simply to catch the ball. So what we do every day is we have the catchers get in the path of the first baseman. The catchers are going to simply drop the ball. The extra catchers that are there, we utilize them as a runner. They're gonna hop up. Our first basemen are gonna go inside, outside. When our first baseman set up for that ball, she was set up and didn't expect her catcher to throw. So she set up like this, just very relaxed. Ball, if it would have been 2 inches higher, would have drilled her, and the ball goes directly through her legs. She never saw it, like, at all. And I thought to myself, I was like, that just cost us the game. And as simple as that is, it's something we didn't practice. So we started incorporating it to something every single day, because your catchers will sometimes be standing around. Utilize those extra 2 catchers you have, put them in the baseline, get your first baseman used to going to the inside of the bag or the outside of the bag, but getting your catchers used to firing it down. That cost us a crucial ball game. Always thinking 2 plays ahead is a big one. Communication. We had a huge problem with communication a couple years ago, so what we started having our young ladies do is I would say, all right, Ash, let's play. Instead of waiting on the catcher to command it, we ask them, start playing in your mind, get them every single play to call it out, doesn't matter what it is. All right, so tag plays is a big one. Throws to home. Outfield, get your first baseman lined up. So catcher's responsibility is left one, left one, left one. Okay, give them explicit directions. If you say left, 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 happened this last night in practice, our first baseman's over playing third base. She's like left, left, left. Well, the catcher never says anything because now she's trying to track the ball goes through her. So what we teach our catchers is left one, and as long as she's saying one, we're still moving. Okay, right one, and then our catcher's command is right there, or stay. Okay. We want them lined up. Our outfield at every point has to throw through the first baseman. Over the first baseman's head, through the field goal, through the wickets. That's what we always tell them. If the first base is not lined up, it messes up the whole play, but it's the catcher's responsibility to let them know. Throw through the field goal, first baseman are always set up. We teach our first baseman 2 things. They're here, they're set up. Their job is to open up, give the catcher the throwing lane, so they can see, or their job is to here, catch it, like pretend, what am I trying to say? Fake, thank you. Fake it to hold that runner from going to the next base. So they have 2 options if they're not cutting it. They're here, they have to open up to give them the lane. They're here, or they sell it. One of the 2. And that's simply every single time they're cutting across. And it's just getting there, and so it's lining them up regardless. All right. Play coverage. We're going to talk about outfield balls coming, forcing the runner away from home. This is a big one. Have your young ladies, as an offense perspective, practice this as well. So it works twofold. Have your runners at third tagging. Balls coming from the outfield, where the catcher sets on the plate is crucial. Oftentimes we want that heel about a foot's width away from home plate. We want them on an angle. Never want our catcher squared up to where the throw is coming from. We want it to where she wants to receive it. So as you can see, Ash is in a position to receive it. Ball comes in, she's asking for it over here. Her next job is to turn and tag. So she's gonna drive her left foot, and then her right foot's gonna come down. She's now completely blocked the plate. The next thing is, as a runner, when I'm coming towards her, she now forces me away from the plate and pushes me out. Because how many times have you seen catchers not set up correctly? Runners coming from home, all of a sudden she sneaks in, go try to block the plate. I'm going to sneak in on the backside and go around her and touch. So what we teach, square up to where you want the ball as it's coming in, let the momentum of you and the ball carry you, step into the play, drive the right knee, and push that runner out and away. It's like I was explaining earlier in the last session, your umpire is probably going to be in this vicinity. So as the umpire is in this vicinity, or this vicinity, if I see the catcher shove the runner out of the way, that's all as an umpire I'm going to see. And I'm pushing them away from the play. There's no way she can be safe. Okay? So keep that in mind. Big thing is, you straddle the plate, or catcher straddle the plate. What does that do for your runners? Catcher's now a sitting duck. So as the throw comes in, if the throw carries them, what does it do? Carries them away from the plate. Smart runner's going to slide to the inside of the field. Catcher gets excited, too far up the line, too far in the field of play. Now she has to literally run back, go get the ball. I'm just giving you all things we've got to be on. Pitchers cover the plate on a pass ball. I was a pitcher, and my whole entire 8th grade freshman year, I think I spent more time running to the backstop than I actually did throwing strikes. So I got to know this real well. Have your pitchers check the ball behind. Catchers, good drill for them, have them find the fence, whether they're going to toss it, whether they need to throw it, and get your pitchers to set up in the plate where they're not going to get killed. There's nothing I cringe more when I go to watch a game. Pitcher set up, and she's got that foot on the bag like she's the first baseman. Yep, I'm ready. So as she's this way, where's the runner coming from? She's now going to become blindsided. And the catcher, or the runner, excuse me, smart runner, straight to the plate. Not intentional, but that can result in pretty serious injury, especially when your pitcher's protecting the plate by staying on top of it. What we teach our girls is get on the high side. As the throw is coming, step into it, so now they can see if they have to tag, and we utilize them as a catcher as well. Because now if I'm on the high side, and as a pitcher, I'm waiting, 4, and I'm right here. First of all, I'm cutting down the base path. Turn toward you, sorry. I'm cutting down the base path. But what I'm also doing, the runner has no idea which way I'm going now. So if that means I have to step in and tag her this way, I can. If that means I have to step through and I can tag her this way, I can. Doesn't matter. But don't let her be a sitting duck. The thing I hate to see is this one foot that's planted on the plate. It's not a force out. So just remind your pitchers of that. They straddle. One of the things is a smart runner slides straight into them. Because pitchers are usually not being what used to being slid into, so what's the first thing they do? And where's the ball go? And then the circus begins. So teach them to stay behind, push into the ball like normal.
Looking for a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount on all regular price bats on the website. That's right, $30 discount. Just text the word Fastpitch to 555-888 and Gary will send you a discount code good for $30 off your next softball bat at SoftballJunk.com. FYI, that code's also good at the Arlington, Texas store.
Welcome back. Now that last short clip, well, that was my daughter Amanda telling you about my website, softballjunk.com. Make sure you text the word Fastpitch to 555-888 to get your discount code for $30 off your next softball bat. And you can use that code at checkout and save yourself $30, and you can use the code over and over and over. It's a really great deal. You just need to text Fastpitch to 555-888, and I'll text you the discount code. Now, if you enjoy this show, I ask that you at least check out my website, softballjunk.com, the next time you're looking for softball equipment, softball bats, whatever it might be. Now, if I offer a competitive price, please buy from me and show your support for all the free content that I bring you week after week after week. I hope you enjoyed Melissa's clinic, and don't forget to come back next week's show for part 2 of her clinic. And please, tell your friends about the Fastpitch TV show, and make sure and take a look at my website, fastpitch.tv. So until next time, this is Gary Leland saying goodbye, and thanks for watching.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network. See all of our shows and blogs at www.fastpitch.tv.